What's up guys, I'm back with another video. It's mid-January and tax refunds will be in hand soon, and I know many of you are eager to spend it on some new guitars. So let's take a look together and see if we can find some good deals on Reverb.com and maybe have a couple of laughs over some questionable listings also. So first up, we got a Fender Vintera 2 Competition Mustang in Competition Burgundy, and the asking price for this is $799.99 plus shipping, which is a good price because I believe these are on $1,100 or $1,200 new. And I think the stripe on this is a little bit wider than on the vintage ones, but overall it's pretty close to Kurt Cobain's. The only modification I would do to this is I would put a black hot rail pickup in the bridge. Once that's done, good to go. They have the vintage radius, the round radius, 7 1/4, and rosewood, which is a luxury now. This one has a sticker over where the serial number would be with the new serial number, so this one was probably either a B stock or perhaps a return, but either way I wouldn't really care. I'm looking at the description now and it does in fact say that it was a return because it has blemishes and there's no warranty. Although this one they didn't stamp used on the headstock like they normally do. So being that it is a B stock or a return, you can see it does have some damage to it. Little scratches here. A couple more here. A little crack in the neck pocket, but almost every Fender or Squier guitar I've ever had a crack like that. Overall, it's not too bad though. Okay, so this one here is advertised as a Fender Kurt Cobain Jaguar modded. Now right off the bat, how many things about this do you notice that are not quite right if it was an actual Cobain Jaguar? It's pretty obvious that this is a Player Series Jaguar with a Cobain Jaguar neck, because it's lacking most of the things that make it a Cobain Jaguar. It should have DiMarzio cream colored pickups, not these ugly zebra ones. Also, there's no toggle switch, third volume knob, rhythm circuit, or tremolo. The neck looks legit. I bet it is actually a Fender Kurt Cobain signature Jaguar. Look at the pickguard. The pickguard doesn't really look correct either. It looks like a cheaper knockoff. There's the back. Doesn't have the right neck plate on it either. There's the back of the headstock. You can see it's got the Goto tuners like it would be on a Cobain signature Jaguar. Comes with a soft case. I mean, it's not a bad guitar for the money. It's only $900, but and this is from a guitar store too. It's not just like a dude selling it, so you'd think they would know what it actually is. And probably the biggest red flag with this is that it doesn't have the Tune-O-Matic style bridge that the Cobain Jaguars would come with. It's got a regular Jaguar bridge. There's very few people in this universe that would pay extra to get a Kurt Cobain signature Jaguar and then pillage it like this one. There's nothing wrong with making clones. I have a Squier Cobain Jaguar, but I would never sell it telling people that it's legit. That's just wrong. Another red flag about this is, say it was an actual Cobain Jaguar and somebody for some reason decided to mod it crazy like this. Shouldn't they have the case that it came with? Shouldn't they have the book that it came with? Shouldn't they have the pieces that came off of it? You would think, right? But no, it doesn't say any of that comes with it. So, yeah, this one, it's a little shady to me. Okay, so here's a 1996 Fender Jag-Stang, made in Japan, for $1,350 plus shipping. And this one's got a nice sonic blue color to it, although the paint is showing wear. That's to be expected on a nearly 30-year-old guitar. This one being a 1996, it has a special Fender 50th anniversary decal. I can't tell if the body is just really dirty and they didn't clean it, or if it's got like some peeling clear coat on it. I'm not sure what's going down with that. I've never actually owned one of these. I know there's a lot of people who love these and also many people who hate them. But I think it's pretty much a consensus that the original humbucker pickups, they sounded a bit lousy. And then looking at the headstock, we got something a little funky going on behind the nut here. I don't know if there's some type of gremlins behind that or what, if there's a dent there. Pretty sure on these the truss rod is down by the body and not over here. So that's good they didn't massacre the truss rod all up. There seems to be a lot of people that complain about the lack of a body cut on these, but I think it really depends on the size of your gut, to be honest. I have a Squier vintage modified Mustang. It doesn't have the belly cut either. I never really noticed it to be a problem. But yeah, for its age, this one overall not bad. Be a nice guitar for somebody. So next up, we got a Fender made in Japan MG69 from around 2009 or 2010, and it's in the lovely Sonic Blue variety for the price of $1,068.95 plus shipping, which you would have to import from Japan. And I know it's not the coveted mid-90s Fujigen version, but if you want one of these in Sonic Blue, you know you're going to pay a premium now to get one of the early 90s ones. It looks like a great candidate for a Jag-Stang 1 for sure. Some people say that if you buy guitars or anything really internationally, there could be some type of additional import charges or tariffs or something like that. I know that can make a lot of people hesitant to buy overseas, and also because of all the scams out there. Reverb usually has pretty good protection for the buyer, so I think that the risk of scams on Reverb are pretty minimal. This guitar looks pretty clean. It's only got a couple little dingers on it. So yeah, that looks like it's a pretty good guitar for the money. Make somebody a nice Jag-Stang clone. So this one here is advertised as a Squier Kurt Cobain mod Mustang Sonic Blue for $650. So let's look at the description on this one. It says, "This Mustang is a Squier that I modified. I replaced the old bridge with a spare tune-o-matic I had. I sanded down the switch selectors and fixed the pickups. It will come with all removed parts, strap, and whammy bar." Ooh. So by looking at the back of the headstock, it looks like it is a classic vibe. Probably a few years old, probably from like, is it 2020 or 2022? So new, these go for I think like $430 brand new. And then the newer ones now, they're making them even more blue. They're making them like actually Sonic Blue. Like this looks white to me, right? And all he really did was shave the switches. He didn't even put a hot rail pickup in it. Oh, he put a bridge in it too. Okay, big deal. He put a tune-o-matic bridge, shaved the switches, and he wants $650 for it. And guys, I hate knocking Squiers. I'm really not, because I love Squiers. Most of the guitars that I have are Squiers. I really feel like the upper end Squiers, they play great. They're great modding platforms. But I think that's insane to ask $650 for this one. I don't see why anyone would pay that much. I think probably $350 would be reasonable. I mean, I'm not trying to squash anybody's side hustle, but I mean, come on. Oh, he's got a Nirvana sticker, and then what? What's that? Yeah, no. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Would you pay $650 for this? Or would you rather get one from Sweetwater brand new that's actually blue? Here we get a side shot we're looking at. So he probably put a shim in the neck too. I would imagine he'd have to put a shim to get the action right. Putting the tune-o-matic bridge in. Here you can see where he trimmed the switches down a little bit. Not a huge deal for me. I never really run into problems with that hitting the switches. And then the next one is a Fender Japan MG73 from 2012 Mustang reissue in Lake Placid blue. So it's got the competition racing stripe. See how it's thinner than on the first one that we looked at, the Vintera. And this one is also in Japan, so it has to be exported from Japan. And this one has the matching headstock. You can see there's a little blemish there, but nothing crazy. There's the back of the headstock. Back of the neck. It's got another little blemish right here. And a couple more tiny ones. Very nice looking guitar for sure though. And the next one is a nice Fender Made in Japan Stratocaster with an E serial number, built between 1984 and 1987. And they're asking $1,716.82, which is an odd amount, although the seller is in the UK. So I'm guessing the price was converted from pounds or euros into dollars. And it is a similar model to what Kurt Cobain had on his Vandalism Strat and his Tune-O-Matic Strat, although his were ST362s, and this one is listed as an ST62. I'm not actually sure what the differences are. Looks to be in great shape for its age though. It looks like somebody had already put a humbucker into it. He doesn't specify what it actually is though, because I'm pretty sure these only came with single coils. Yeah, it looks really clean for the age of it. And somebody had commented on one of my other videos saying that these actually came from the factory with Goto tuners. That's pretty cool, I didn't know that. I think this price might be a little bit on the high side, but you know, it is supply and demand and there's not a ton of these left out there, so they'll probably get it eventually when somebody wants it bad enough. These are collectible now. Here's the back of it. Alright, that's going to be a wrap for this one. Thanks for watching. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.